AI has arrived in CaseLoad, introducing our legal assistant for CaseLoad. The ability to have verified answers we're going to look at in this video. You can ask legal research questions, you can construct letters and email content, you can translate answers into different languages, and you can go further with rapid and deep research with optional verification. So just introducing some of the features you can see on screen. So this will be activated for CaseLoad users. Anyone that is a CaseLoad user will get the AI Legal Assistant powered by LawY as part of your CaseLoad subscription. So how does it work? On the main CaseLoad account screen, you have the ability to access your AI Legal Assistant from just in the toolbar here in the Actions toolbar. That will connect you to the AI Legal Assistant screen in here. So within CaseLoad, you can select a matter type. You don't have to have an existing matter to ask a legal research question. You can create a LawY only matter, so it will have no matter related data, but it will allow you to select a matter to ask questions of. So when you select a matter, you can pick from one that you've worked on previously, or you can create a matter. Create a matter, you would select the region to ask the question around. So anything in CaseLoad will default to the jurisdiction. So if you're a Scottish client, it'll be Scotland. If you're an English client, it'll be England. So it will default the jurisdiction in CaseLoad. However, if you're not in a matter, you can select a region to do a legal research question on. So you can get Australia, Canada, New Zealand, UK, United States. You can see various answers there. You can type in here, so you can type in Scotland, and it will select Scotland as a region. You can then select a type of question you want to ask. So there is a vast array of different work type options in there. You can see some of those on screen just now. And I'm going to do an estates one. So again, you would pick the jurisdiction and work type specific what you're looking for. In this case, I'll select one here and I'll create a matter. So I'm just going to paste in a question around a trust dispute, and I'm going to select to ask the question. So you would just type in your question there. CaseLoad will use the LawY language model to search for sources that are relevant to the question that you've just asked, and it will start to generate a response. So you'll normally see something along the lines of a research outline along with an introduction to the question that we've just asked. You can see it's continuing to answer that question here. It will look at the key legal issues based on the question that we've just asked. Asked about the tax implications, so it'll give me an answer about the tax implications, and it'll work its way through. If a resource is underlined, then it can be clicked on, but it will cite the resources that it's got the questions and answers from. As you can see, the ones that you maybe want to research further on, and you can click and view on those sources as well. So you can see, you can click on the source and you can click back to go back to the question that you've just asked. It will then also, as you can see, other case law options in there you can click on and see a summary of or copy the citation of. If you ask it to provide a case summary, you'll see it will do search the legal database and provide a case summary based on the answer that's been provided. You can see that on screen, the summary of the case law, and you can access the full judgment as well if you need to access that. You can see on there the full judgment. I'll take you a link to that as well. So once you've got your answer and you've maybe asked some follow-up questions, maybe those questions are suggested, maybe those questions are ones that you were going to ask anyway, it will have suggested answers you can follow up with. On the answer itself as well, you can copy the clipboard, so if you've got something from that you want to provide or use in a document, you can copy that to clipboard. You can select Ask AI here and it can make the response shorter. If you've included any personal information, you can ask it to remove the personal information. It can improve the writing, fix any spelling and grammar mistakes if there are any, and it can also translate. So you can see it can translate the answer provided into different languages as well. Particularly if you're doing a letter document based on the answer, it's really useful that you're able to translate that, and you can copy that to clipboard and use as well. So you can ask follow-up questions in there as well about this, so you can continue to ask questions. You would maybe want to ask what the assumptions are based on, or maybe ask for more relevant case law information. You can ask it to write a letter as well, or an email. So you can just say, can you create a letter based on this one is obviously specific to the answer that we've just asked, but you can see it formats the letter for me with the details in here, writes the letter for me. I'll just ask it to also create an email to send. Again, just an email format. Obviously, depending on the question you've asked, you can be more specific about the tone of the letter, maybe ask for it maybe more informal. You can ask for it in different languages, obviously. You can be specific to how you get that answer as well. So I'm going to ask it to just do one more question so that we can look at the boost research option as well. So I'll ask it to do this follow-up question. You can see the speed at which it's providing the answers. So these are categorized as instant AI answers. So within LawY and CaseLoad, you've got instant AI answers, rapid research and deep research. So this one's given us the key legal issues, the relevant legal principles, talking about income tax, TGT, IHT, providing quite a conclusive answer. You can see boost research is activated once that answer has been completed. You can select boost research. So what boost research is designed to do is any legal questions you've asked around that, if you're not completely happy with the instant answers, you can ask it to do a bit more of a deeper research. So we can still proceed with our rapid research. So I'll just explain, if you've got facts and answers that have been provided based on the legal question you've asked, view a rapid research answer, so it will not be as instant, but within minutes or hours you'll get a rapid research answer. You can do rapid research plus verification, which will do the same research, but it will submit the answer provided to another LawY verifier for verification purposes. And deep research will take a little bit longer. It'll be submitted for deep research. It'll go a lot further into the research process, and you've got the option for deep research and verification as well. So when we were in the main LawY window, you'll see in here you've got your conversation history, any questions that you've asked in relating to this matter. You can reset that to go back to all matters. You can see all the questions that have been answered. If you've submitted one for rapid or deep research, In rapid research, you can see the questions that have been asked and when the status of the question. So I've submitted some for deep research. It's still research, it may take a bit longer. But if you search for rapid research, you would get a quicker answer. So this one here, you see the question, the conversation details, along with the answer that was provided. And again, citing any answers. If you've just submitted for rapid research, you can request verification on that as well. If you have done rapid plus verification, then you won't see the request verification button. So all of that can be done using the AI Legal Assistant out with any matter that you're in. When you are inside a matter, so if you're in a matter here, on the matter screen, you can choose the AI Legal Assistant area of law. So on here, you see the same set of work types that were available on that screen. You can select on the arrows to filter on the work types provided. So on conveyancing property, you would click on the arrow, select the one that you wanted to ask a question on, and then use your AI Legal Assistant from there. When you use the AI Legal Assistant from within the matter, you don't have to provide a jurisdiction or a work type, because the jurisdiction will default to Scotland or England, depending on where your law firm operates, and the work type is what we've just selected on the matter screen. And again, you can just select and ask and type out the questions that you need to ask on the matter. Anything contained in the history is within the matter itself. Any questions that are asked on this screen are all related to the matter, unless you do a reset, and then you can get questions that you've asked maybe on other matters, and it'll ask the question on that matter itself. So you can move between work types as well. But that is in summary the AI Legal Assistant for CaseLoad, which, as I said, is now available to all CaseLoad users. Thank you.